recorded. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So before we start, I shared the material to the group. Did any of you have time to go to the materials, the PowerPoint, the material I shared on our first class? So did anybody go to the material? Okay. So since anybody didn't go to the material, okay. And ABCD. And who else? So before wasting much time, I'm going to quickly share my screen and put up the slide for today's class. Oh, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
So
I
this
can
was,
see it.
all right. So this is what we are going to learn for today. Review of last class. After that, we are going to learn Excel functions and formulas. Maybe after that, we are going to learn how to clean our data. So before we start, we'll take like 5 minutes for us to have a review of our last class. So can somebody quickly tell me what we did in our last class?
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yes, so in our last class, we did a brief introduction to what is data, types of data, that's quantitative, qualitative. Then we move on to forms of data, structured and unstructured. Then we move on to what is data analytics, types of data analytics, which are descriptive, prescriptive, and so on. Then we move on to data analysis process, the process of asking, data collection, data cleaning, analyze, share, and act, and so on. So we move on to who is a data analyst, tools for data analysts, and where can I practice my skill? Then finally, places you can work as a data analyst.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Someone raised his hand. That should be okay. All right. So let's go to today's class. All right. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Today we are
see
going.
it.
All right. We are going to. Today we are going to learn 2 things in today's class. The first thing we are going to learn the basic functions and formulas you need to know as a data analyst. Immediately after that, we are going to learn how to clean our data using Microsoft Excel. So the first formula we are going to learn is the aggregate function. So this aggregate function is something we know way back in elementary school, like the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, and the rest. So that's what we call an aggregate function. So that's the first thing we are going to learn. So before we start, does anybody have an idea on how to carry out aggregate function in Microsoft Excel?
Yes.
Okay. So the first one we have here is the addition. So can you tell me what to do here?
Okay. My name is Chizoba.
Okay.
Yes. There are two methods that I know that you
Okay.
can actually do that. Yes. The first one is you put sum
Okay.
equal to sum. Sorry, equal to sum. Sum.
Okay.
Yes. Then you highlight from 3, that's from C3 down
Okay.
to C11.
Okay. Like that.
From no, you didn't start from bag from C. Is it C3? Yeah, C3.
Okay. Like this.
Yes.
Okay.
As in bracket, it has to be in bracket. Equal
Okay.
to
All right.
sum in bracket, parenthesis.
Okay.
Then you highlight from there down, and then down to the pen, C11, then press enter.
Okay. All right.
That that's number one.
Okay. So the second method.
Yeah, the second method is equal to 20 plus 10 plus, you just
Okay.
about that one
Okay.
is a long
Okay.
process. That one
All
is a
right.
long
All right.
process.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. That is actually a long process. So think about it the right thing. So this is how to carry out your addition in Microsoft Excel. So before I proceed, I shared the material, I think Excel interface. So that material is going to guide you on what each tab represents, and what this cell represents. So the material carry out everything. So in case you are confused, you need to reference back to the material. So the material is going to guide you on everything to do. So that is the first thing to do, the aggregate function, the addition. So like what Chisoba said, we want to add up everything. We want to add up everything on this list. So you start with the equal sign. So in Excel, everything you do in Excel start with equal sign, no matter what you want to do in Excel. Any function or any formula you want to enter in Excel, you start with that equal sign. So you start with equal, like what you said with sum. To open your parentheses and highlight the cell that you want. Highlight everything to the end. And then you close it back. You have the answer there as 99. So when you're going for shopping, this is the total amount of money you're going to spend when you're going for shopping. So this is a list of items you want to buy at the shop. So we are going to spend 99 naira to buy all these things. So that is the amount you are going to spend. So that is the first aggregate function, the addition. So the next one is what we call multiplication. So we continue with our equal sign here. Equal sign. So we need to call out the name of the cell. We need to call out the name of the cell. So we call it like G2. Sorry, not G2, G3. J3. So at this multiplication sign is what we call asterisk. The star in your phone on your keyboard. It's what we call asterisk. So to bring it out from your keyboard, you press Shift and 8 to bring out the star sign. After you call out the name of the next cell, which is G4, you now hit on Enter. So that's how to carry multiplication. You want to multiply anything on your
Excuse me,
Excel.
sir.
All right.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, we are not seeing your screen.
Okay. So, all right. So let me reshare my screen. So Esther, you don't ask, you can't see my screen.
I could
So
see it. It's
let
probably
can't see
the
your screen on
internet.
Zoom.
Okay,
But
let
now
me
you
Please,
stop
share.
I can't see
sharing.
your screen as well.
Also, the material. I can't find the material. Thank you.
Okay, no, you shouldn't get the material before end of the class. Are you in the
The
Google
materials in
Classroom?
your Google Classroom.
No, so who can see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
I can see it.
All right.
Yes, I
So
can
I
see it.
still can't see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
I can't Maybe it's see
I
your
think
net.
No, it's your
It's your
network.
Can't see your screen.
I
Oh. I
network.
can't see your screen
Let's
at all.
see it. It's your
I think
network.
it's
It's your
Just
network.
log out and come back again.
so we are going to proceed to the next one. So to bring out these borders in your Excel workbook, you highlight everything on this cell, highlight everything. You come to the home tab, you click on this drop down where you have the borders, you say all borders to fill it. To fill it with any color of your choice. So you highlight the cell that you want to fill it with. You come to the home tab, you click on this and pick any color of your choice. If your color you're not looking for is not here, you click on more colors. You pick any color of your choice from here. You pick any color of your choice. You now hit on OK. So you now fill it with any color you like. So that's how to do that. So we move to the next one, which is multiplication. Same this was a little bit different. So you can see this cell, we have only 2 cells here. So here we have more than 2. So for you to do that, like what Kizoba said, for you to do some this, that as it to take a longer period of time for you to multiply every item on this list. So for you to do that, you need to use another function what we call the product function. You start with an equal sign. So I think that was with, let me quickly change that text about the lab. Okay. So you start with an equal sign. You say product. Sorry. So product, you highlight everything. You highlight all the cells. You highlight everything here to the end. You now close it, close the bracket and hit on enter. So that is another way to do multiplication. You want to multiply the item on our list. You know how much are we going to spend if you multiply everything on our list? So this is the total amount we are going to spend if you multiply everything on our list. So we move to the next one, which is division. We want to divide our list. We want to divide back and shoe, the price of back and the price of shoe, to know how much are we going to have if we divide those prices. So again, we start with our equal sign. So we call out the name of the cell, call the name of the cell. The name of the cell is cell O3. So division sign, use the division sign you know already. So we are going to use this sign. We call the name of the next cell again, O4. I will not hit on enter. So we have it there as 2. We have it there as 2. So we move to the next one. Move to the next one, subtraction. So you have an idea. I think you have an idea from addition, from division. So let's use the same idea to subtraction. Can anyone give it a try? Can anyone give it a try?
So I still can't see your screen.
Oh, I think it's network from your end. If you can see my screen, do a thumbs up, please.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Okay, Juliet, your hand, you raise your hand. All right, comfort, Joseph. Okay. So you can tell me what to do here using example from the division sign. How can we do the subtraction? Okay, so we are going to proceed. So to subtract 20 from 10, we start with our equal sign. So this we are going to call out the name of the cell. So we call it T. Sorry, T3. To use the normal subtraction sign we know already, the one we done way back in school, we use it in this one. So we now call out the name of the next cell. We now hit on enter. So we have it there as 10. We have it there as 10. We have it there as 10. So if any changes you make is going to reflect on your answer. So if I change this 20 to let's say 100, so it's going to reflect on our answer. So that's why you need to call out the name of the cell instead of the name of the numbers. So if you call out the numbers and not the cell, any changes you make are going to reflect on your answer. So we proceed to the next one, which is average. So to find out the average of the total average of the amount we are going to spend, the average price on our list here. To find the average price on our list, we are going to use the average function, starting with our equal sign. We start with equal. To type in average. So like what comfort and choose of maybe I like everything, all the cell from here to the end.
Sorry, I can't see your screen, sir.
And I close it. And now hit on enter. So we have it there as 11. The average price we are going to spend is 11. That's the average price. So you move to the next one, which is the minimum. So to find out the minimum price on our list, so we start with the equal sign. And this time around, we're not going to spell it minimum in full. So Excel has abbreviated it for us. So we start with min. We start with min. We open our brackets. So we highlight everything. Highlight everything to the end. And then close our bracket back. And now it's on enter. So we have the average price there as 2. If I change this 2 here, if I change this 2 to 100, so the average price is going to be 4. So let's give that a try. So we have the average price here as, sorry, we have the minimum price here as 4. So that is one thing. When working with Excel, you must call out the name of the cell or reference the cell, but not call out the numbers, but the cell. So that any changes you make to each cell is going to reflect on your answer. I'll soon come to you, please. So you have the next one here, minimum. So quickly from the sorry, we have maximum. So from the minimum, we're going to quickly to the maximum. So we go with equal, max. You highlight everything.
Okay.
And I hit on enter.
So
we have the minimum, we have the maximum price as 20. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sharing my screen this way. Oh, so sorry about that.
I have not seen it.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it as you're mentioning the thing. So.
So sorry about that.
Please, I'm not seeing your screen too.
All right, I'll do that now. So where do we stop? Okay, yeah.
All right. You can join.
Okay, now. So now I want to find out. Oh, can you see my screen now?
Yes, you can see it.
Yes, sir.
All right, now. So to find out the average price on our list, we
can see it now.
Okay. So to find out the average price on our list, we are going to use the average function to do that. So we start with our equal sign, average. You open your bracket by pressing your tab key to open your bracket, the tab key on your keyboard, you press on it. You highlight all the cells starting from here, the end, and now close your bracket and hit on enter to find out. So the average price is 11 naira. That's the average price on our list. The average price is 11 naira. So we move to the next one. We want to find out the minimum price on our list. What's the minimum price we have here? We start with our equal sign, equal mean. So we highlight everything again. Highlight all the price lists. Highlight all the cell we have to the end. Close it and now hit on enter. So we have it there as 4. So we move to the next one, which is maximum. So if I change this 4 to, let's say, 1,000, you find out the minimum price is 9 because I call out all the cells. So the minimum price is 9. If I don't call out all the cells, any changes I make here won't reflect on my answer. So I move to the next one, the maximum price. So you call maximum. You highlight all the cell again, the end, and now hit on enter. So we have the maximum price as 20. If I change this 20 to, let's say, 500, you see I have the maximum price as 500. So that is how to carry out your aggregate function in Microsoft Excel. So you move to the next function, which is what we call the VLOOKUP. Move to the next one, which is called the VLOOKUP. So all questions will be answered after the first section of the class. All questions will be answered, please. So you move to the next one, which is called the VLOOKUP. So the VLOOKUP, like what I have here, VLOOKUP is a spreadsheet function that basically searches for a certain values in the spreadsheet to return a corresponding piece of information. So now this VLOOKUP enable us to search for anything on our list, anything on the right, not on the left, right? So now we to search for anything on the right and not on the left. So for you to do your VLOOKUP function, you are going to type this in. I'm going to type what we have there, the title, full name. So what are we trying to search? What do we want to search among sex, department, phone number, and email? If you want to search for anything, let's say you want to search for department, so you type here department. So you click on this to adjust the cell. So we have a department. So now we want a situation whereby if you type in an email, like type in Mickey Mouse, type in Mickey Mouse here. So you want Mickey Mouse department to be here on this cell. Any name we type on this cell, we want the department on this list to be on this cell. We are going to use what we call the VLOOKUP functions to do that. So we type that equal sign, VLOOKUP. What's your lookup value? Our lookup value is Mickey Mouse. So our lookup value. So it's a comma. What's your table array? Our table array is all of this table. We highlight everything on this table. Highlight everything on this table. That is a comma. So what is your column index number? What is the column index number? Our column index number, since we are looking for department, start from the left to count. We count 1, we count 2, we count 3. So our column index number is 3. So we hit on 3, hit on comma. So what is your range lookup? You want approximate, you want exact match. So you can put false or you put 0 for exact match. So you put false on exact match and you close your bracket and hit on enter. Hold on.
I think the problem is from the index number.
We give it a try again. Before we look up, so what's the lookup value? So this is our lookup value. What's the table array? So this is our table array. So what's the column index number? So the department is our column index number. So we count 1, 2, and 3. 3 and 3. It's on comma. So one approximate match. So we close it, into enter. Wow.
If we want approximate match, shouldn't it be true?
Now let's try 0. Okay, sorry. It's true. It's true. That's true. We can as well put 0.
Sir.
Yeah.
The index number. I thought index number starts with 0. 0, 1, like in Python, it starts with 0. 0, 1, 2. So if it starts with 0, the index should be 2, not 3.
I think there's an error somewhere. Hold on. I'll look up value. Table array. Is that table array? Column index number. Wow. Okay, so let's proceed. I'll find a way to fix that. So let's proceed. So we move to the next one, which is called the X lookup. So the X lookup is an upgrade of your VLOOKUP. The X lookup is an upgrade of your VLOOKUP. So in X lookup, you have the ability to put a customized message at the end of it. You have the ability to put a customized message at the end of your function. So we are going to type the name of our employees here. We're going to type this name. So now, so we want to check using XLOOKUP, we want to check how much revenue the React generate for the company. We want to check how much revenue. So for us to do that, we are going to use the XLOOKUP function. So what is the lookup value? So this is our lookup value. So what is the lookup array? So these are our names of our employees. Is our lookup array. We highlight everything. The lookup array. So what is your return array? So you want it to return revenue. You want the revenue to return. So you highlight everything on revenue. We now hit on comma. So that the next function we are going to enter if not found. What it means is that if anything on your lookup value, if anything on your lookup value is not on this list, what message you want Excel to return? So you want Excel to return any message like no data. So you now close it and now hit on enter. So we have that here. So if you check here and react, so this amount and react generated. So if you try Patrick Star, so let's type in Patrick Star on the list.
Sir, we can't see your screen.
I think it's network from him.
No, I can see actually.
So we have that there. So if I type in any name that is not on this list, any name that is on this list, so let me type it since my name is not there. So we have it as no data. So X lookup is an upgrade of V lookup and H lookup and the rest. So X lookup give you the ability to see any message of your choice at the end of it. So we move to the next one, which is the count function. The count function. So the message I have there, the counts A, which is the first one we have. This function counts number of cells that are not empty. So that is the function of count A. Count A. So you want to count the number of cells here that are not empty, starting from the 8 to A13. So you want to count number of cells that are not empty. So use the count A function to do that. So equal count A. You open your bracket. Sorry. So count A. So you need to highlight all the cells. So you want everything from cell A to cell A13. You want to see the cells that are not empty, starting from cell A2 to cell A13. We close our bracket and hit on enter. We have 11 cells that are not empty, 11 cells. So let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 cells that are not empty. So we have only one empty cell here. So that is the benefit of count A function. To move to the next one, which is the count function. So this spreadsheet function count number of cells that if you want to count the number, any cell and you want to count all the cells that contain number. So you start counting one and move to the next and count the count function to do that. And equal sign, equal count. So we highlight all the cell again. You have only one cell.
We can't hear you again and we can't see your screen again.
I think the man has logged out.
Yes, he's no longer online.
So I guess it's network issue. Just like we are having
Maybe his
network
network from
having
his end.
right?
Yes,
Yes.
I
I
think
think so.
so.
Let's
Guys,
wait
please
some minutes.
calm
Maybe we'll be
down.
back.
Mr. Bright will be back very soon.
All right, so sorry about that. I was kicked out by the network. My network was bad.
All right,
Okay.
sir.
Welcome.
So where do we stop? So where do we stop, please? So where did we stop before network kicked me out?
Okay. I think for me is the count function. You're looking at
The count.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's count.
Yes,
Okay.
count.
So I'll clear this off. I'll clear this off. I'll clear this off. So now, so the count function here enables us to count number of cells that contain. So the count function enables us to count number of cells that contains numbers. So the lot of this cell here, we can see you have only one number here. So we are going to use the count function to know if we have only one number here on this cell. So we continue with our equal sign, equal count. You highlight everything on this cell. You highlight everything here. And now hit on, close our brackets, and now hit on enter. If you have only one cell that contains numbers, if I add a number here, let me add a 0 here, hit on enter. So you can see here that we have two cells that contains numbers. So that's how to use the count function. So the next one here counts blank, like the name suggests. We want to count number of cells that are blank. that don't have any data, number of cells that don't contain data. We're going to count that next. So we click on this. Let's start count. Sorry, count blank. You now highlight everything. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, very well.
So now highlight everything. And now close our bracket. And now hit on enter. So we can see you don't have any blank cell. You don't have any blank cell, yeah? If I take off 0, if I delete 0, you can see we have one blank cell. We have one blank cell. So even if I add something, even if I add anything, any cell here, you add anything here, it's not going to reflect. It's not going to reflect on this because it's not going to reflect on this because I stopped at the I stopped at 818. That's where my reference stopped. But if I extend it to this, and I hit on enter, you can see we have only one, and I hit on enter, you can see we have only one blank cell there. If I do the same thing with this, if I do the same thing with that, I drag it down, if I apply the same thing to this, I drag it down. So you can see again to say any changes because you need to reference to every cell you make. You don't need to call out the name of the cell. You enter the formula, then make reference to that cell you want to now you want to recommend. You move to the next one, the count function. All right. Sorry about that. My network is actually bad. So sorry. So I will share my
No problem. No problem. You're welcome.
I'll share my screen again. All right. So please let me know where did we stop before my network went off.
Count blank.
Okay. You're about looking at count if.
Okay,
Count
count
blank.
blank. We have already done count blank. So this function enables us to count number of cells that are empty, to count blank cells. So that is the function of count blank. So we move to the next one, which is count if. So this count if function enables us to count how many cars we have on our list. The number to count how many cars we have on our list, but a specific brand of cars, not all the cars, a specific brand. You want to count to know how many Toyotas we have on our list. So the count if function then to enable us to do that. So we start with an equal sign. Say count if. So what is our range? This list of cars is our range. It's on comma. And we bring out our potential sign. What is our criteria? Our criteria is Toyota. You close your bracket and hit on enter. So we have 3 Toyota on the list. We have 3 Toyota on our list. If we count here 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3. We have 3 Toyota on our list. So the next one here we have is the sum if function. So this sum if function enables us to add the sum price of a specific brand of cars. So let's add, we want to know the total price of Toyota on our list. We are going to use the sum if function to do that. So we are going to use the sum if functions to do that. So we're going to type in Toyota here. So we use our function equals sum if. So what is our range? What is our range? So this is our range. So this is our range. What's our criteria? Anything on this cell is our criteria. Anything on this is our criteria. So what is our return range? Our return range is our price list, our return range. So we now close our brackets. And now hit on enter. So we have 7,000. 7,000 are the sum price of all the Toyotas in our list. So for you to format it, come to the home tab. You click on this drop down. So you pick currency or you pick accounting. But to go to the short way, hit on comma here. I'll take away the decimal, I don't need it. So to bring out the Naira sign, so you can click on this drop down. No accounting format. So click on this drop down and look for where the Naira sign. So you pick one. And hit on OK. So you go back and take away the decimal. So that's how to do the function. So we move to the next one, which is data validation. So after this class, Yes, the last class we talked about how to get data from external sources. In case the company you're working with don't have data. So most external sources, external sources where you buy their data from, most of them are validating their data to prevent them from having data. So this data validation allows you to structure your Excel, your data in such a way that if anyone enters anything that you don't permit it, you're not going to, this Excel, this particular cell is not going to accept it. So we have it here that these features prevent errors in data entry. With these features, you can give a specific values or text to be entered by a colleague. So we are going to go straight to validate this particular cell. We have age here. So we are going to use our function to do that. We want only age between 16 to 19 to be on this list. Age between 16 to 19 to be on this list. We are going to highlight everything on this cell. We are going to highlight everything on this cell. Go to the Home tab. So you come to the Data tab. You click on this Data Validation. Click on this drop down. Data Validation. Click on it. We click on this. You want whole numbers. You want whole numbers. So the minimum number should be 13. The minimum number should be 13. While the maximum number should be 19. So we go to the input message. So what title you want to give it? You can give a title like info. So what title of message you want to give it? You can give a title like give it a name. You can put any name of your choice. Just for this class, you can give it any name of your choice. So you go to the error alert. So this error alert means that if you enter any age, less than 13 or more than 19, what error alert do you want it to pop up? So you give it an error alert should be something like stop. When like stop invalid age. So a title could be something like stop also. So we'll take this off. Now hit on OK. So we have our info here. So let's assume you share this workbook with your colleague. So once your colleague click on this, your colleague is going to see the information you passed out to your colleague. Enter age of applicants. So let's start entering the age and see if the validation we did is going to work out or not. So let's start with 13 to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So now we have that there. So the error message has popped up, invalid age. So this particular cell was for age between 13 and 19. So if you enter anything less than 13, anything above 19, that error message is going to pop up. So let's put it to off. So the same thing to us. So invalid age. So that's how to carry out your data validation. So let's do the same thing with dates. We highlight everything on our date. So we go to the Data tab. data validation. So you click on the settings, allow, so click on this drop down. You want date starting from 1st January 2020. So we end at, let's say, 3rd January 2020. So input message, something like rec date, input message, you can put any message of your choice, date. So move to the error alerts, like what we did. So you can put stop here. You can write invalid age or invalid date or wrong date or out of date, anything you want to bring out. So you need to enter. So we have it there. So if I enter, let's say 4th of January, so we have it the wrong date. We have it the wrong date. So that's how to do your data validation. So this data validation prevents someone from entering any data that you don't want in your workbook. So this prevents you from having a dirty data set. So this prevents you from having a dirty data set. So that's the benefit of having data validation. So you move to the next one, which is the if function. So this is the same thing like logic. So this function checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if it's true and another value if it's false. So we have a student. We have a student score report card here. So we want to know want to check their remark. We want to do that. I want to check what's their total score and if truly they pass or if they fail. So I'm going to use Excel to do that. So I'm going to type in to know the total score. I'm going to type in using the function using our array function. So to know the total score, can someone tell me how do we know the total score for the first student? What function can we use to know the total score? What function can we use? What function can we use?
We can use count if.
Okay, so you can use count if yes. So what I mean is that we want to add their continuous assessment and the exam. We want to sum up this and this to know their total score. So what function in Excel can we use to know the total score?
Sum if.
Some ifs.
I didn't get that.
Some ifs.
Sum if.
No, not some if. So we're going to use some function.
We can use some function. We can use some function.
Okay, so guide me on what to do. Guide me on what to do, please. It says from what next?
We can use equal to sum.
Okay.
E2 to F1.
Okay, so let me
E2 to F2, sorry.
Okay, E2 to F2. Okay, all right. So E to F2. Okay. So now hit on our enter. So now for it to apply to all the cells, you don't need for you to start typing it in the second cell. So you click on it. You have this drop down. So you have all cursor to it, have this plus like sign here, to drag it down to here. You have everything there. Yeah, so you drag it down to apply your function to all the cell. So to format it, to make it align the center, you come to the Home tab and click on this Align Center to have that. So now to give your students a remark, which of the students failed the course or which of the students passed the course, they are going to use a function. So you can't just write Cat Valentine pass or Cat Valentine fail. So you can't do that. Excel is going to have to quickly do that using the if function. So we start with our if function. I'll say if. So what our logical test? The logical test is G2. So if G2 is greater than or equal to, so let's use 39. So let the person pass, let the student pass the course, or let the student fail the course. So you don't put or, so you put comma, let the student fail the course. So now hit on enter. So we have it as 11 as failed. So you drag it down. So we have it there. So let's quickly format that. So we have it there. 70 has passed, 11 has failed, 20 has failed, 35 has failed. So that's how to carry your if function in Microsoft Excel. So we move to the next one, which is conditional formatting. So now we want to paint this cell. Want to paint what we have here. So we want to quickly do that here. So you want to paint this cell with colors. So you want to give any student that failed the course, give the student red. Any student that passed the course, give the student green. So let's quickly do that. We are going to add this. So let's quickly do this again. So we have that here. So I need to quickly clear this off so I can come back and explain how to do that. I need to delete, apply. So we are going to highlight everything, drag it down. So now, so for us to apply conditional format, that any student that failed the course, this cell should be painted with red. Any student that passed the course, the cell should be painted with green. So we highlight everything here. We highlight everything here. We come to the Home tab. We come to conditional formatting. We come to do rules. So you click on format only cell that contains, you click on this. So you say values. So we want specific text. So you click on this drop down, click on specific text. Text containing what? So we type field. So let's pick out the color. Let's pick out the color we want to format the cell with. So click on this field. So click on red, and you click on OK. Because so we have that there field will be red. So let's go back again to do for pass. You go to the home tab. Manage rules. So you click on new rules. Format cell that contains. So you click on this drop down. So you want only text, specific text. So you click on it. So you type in pass. So let's format it with any color. You click on this format button. So you pick green. You can pick any color of your choice. You pick green. Click on OK. Click on this. You now click on apply. And OK. So we have that there. So we have formatted it. So that's how to carry out your conditional formatting. Formatting any cell can meet a specific criteria. That's how to do your conditional formatting. To move to the next one, which is concatenate. So this one enables you to join two cells together. So let's assume you are asked to join the first name and the last name. So you are going to use the concatenate functions to join the first name and we join the last name together. So we go with this. So equal concat. Now say A2. Now with my quotation sign. Now say B2. Sorry. So concurrence say A2. B2. Now it will enter. So now you can't leave it this way. You can't leave it this way. So you can't leave it this way because the two names are joined together. So you are going to quickly do this. Now concatenate A2. So I'm trying to check what's going on.
No, sir, it's double quotation, another quotation, double.
There may be a comma.
Yeah, give space, give space.
All right. I totally forgot most of this formula. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So that's how to do that. So that's how to do your concatenate function. To highlight everything down and adjust it. So that's how to carry your concatenate function to join in the first name and the last name to have the full name. So that's how to do that. So I'll stop sharing my screen for questions. So any question? Any question? Chizoba.
Yes. So my question is under count A.
Okay.
Yeah, count A. So I thought count A is counting both numbers and alphabet. Well, what you did is counting only the alphabet.
Count. Okay, let's take that again. The count A.
Yes.
Okay, you count only numbers that are not empty,
Yes.
Not alphabet or numbers, any cells that is not empty. Even if the cell contains numbers like text or numbers, it's just going to count as long as it's not empty.
Yeah. But when you did it initially, you got 11. You didn't count the number.
11.
Yes.
Okay, because I included this. Because I included this 65. If I take it
Yeah,
off.
now it's corrected. It's corrected now. I think so. Yes.
Yes, because I included the 65. I was trying to give an example that if you are using the count function, you must reference the cell. If you don't reference the cell, any additions you make outside this cell, if you reference the cell, anything you make outside this cell is not going to reflect on your answer. Not going to reflect on your answer here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I gave this example. Already 65. Already 65. See, because this 65 is giving us 11. But if I adjust it down, it's going to give us 12.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay.
So any question, Angela? Angela? Hello, Angela, any question? Okay, so our time is fast spent. So before we move to, so let me quickly introduce our topic for the next class, which is data cleaning. So before we end the class, you are going to use the workbook I shared to you as your assignment. You are going to quickly work on everything I did, each of those sheets. You are going to do everything, the aggregate function, the sum if function, the data validation, and the rest. So that's going to be your assignment. We are going to submit that on our next class. which is Friday. Friday is our next class. You're going to submit that before our next class, on or before our next class. So you submit your assignment in the Google Classroom. So I'm going to share my screen and introduce our next topic for Friday, which is data cleaning. So we talk about process of analyzing your data. The first is you need to collect the data. The next process, you need to clean the data. So let's quickly introduce data cleaning. So I'm going to share my screen. Right. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So data cleaning, so you can use Excel to clean your data. After you've collected your data, you're going to clean your data. So our next class, I'm going to walk you through on how to clean your data in Microsoft Excel. But this is an introductory class to data cleaning. So we have here that what is data cleaning? So data cleaning, also known as data scrubbing, is a process of detecting, correcting, replacing, or removing messy data from a data set. It is important that a data analyst should spend quality time to clean every data set before carrying out any analysis. So as a data analyst, you need to spend time to clean your data set because if you don't have a well clean data set, you're not going to have an accurate analysis. So you need to spend time to clean your data set very well. So data cleaning could take 30% of your time, 70% of your time. It all depends on how large you have on how large the data set is. So the first thing you need to do, you need to have a duplicate copy of your data. You need to have a duplicate copy of your data before you make any cleaning, because if you make changes to that data, there's every tendency that you might not be able to undo it. Might not be able to undo it. So before you clean your data set, before you do anything to it, you must have a duplicate copy of that data set. You must have a duplicate copy of that data set. So now what makes a data set to be dirty? How can a data set be dirty? So remember when we talked about data validation. So data validation is one of the ways that you can prevent data validation is one of the ways that you can prevent your data from being dirty. So once you validate everything, you're not going to have any dirty data set. So what makes a data set to be dirty is what we call duplicates. Number one is duplicates. Duplicates can make your data set to be dirty. The next is what we call wrong spelling. So wrong spelling can make your data set to be dirty because if you don't have wrong spelling, one state might appear twice, not knowing that it's one state because of wrong spelling. The next thing that makes your data set to be dirty is inconsistent data. If your data is not consistent, that means your data set is dirty. So everything must be consistent. The next thing that makes your data set to be dirty is missing values. If those cells are blank, and those blank cells we have, those are what can make your data set to be dirty, missing values. Outliers. Outliers are nothing that can make your data set to be dirty. What do you mean by outliers? We mean something, let's use our iPhone scenario. You are working on the sole data set and checking the price and discover that the price of iPhone in a particular location, let's use Nigeria for example. You find out the price of iPhone 7 in Nigeria, let's say in Sokoto is 10 million naira for the price of iPhone 7. We discover that no, it can't be possible now. iPhone 7 can't worth 10 million naira in Sokoto. So that is outliers. Outliers when the price is above, far above the price. That's what we call outliers. Or if the price is less, let's assume they're working on that data set and you see that the price of iPhone is 5,000. There was no promo, there was no flash sales, nothing. The price of iPhone is 5,000 or the price of iPhone is 10 million naira. That's what we call outliers. So the next thing that makes your data set to be dirty is redundant information. Those columns that you don't need, So those things that make your data set to be dirty. So you need to take away those columns. Those are the things that make your data set to be dirty. So you move to the next one, which is technique of cleaning a messy data. So the first thing is for you to identify and remove it to ensure data is unique. So you need to use a function in Excel to check for duplicate data, and then you take it off. The next thing is for you to check correct typos and wrong spelling and irrelevant text from textual data. So you need to go through your data very well. You need to study the data, know when the spelling is wrong or when the spelling is correct. Check it, and then you correct all the wrong spelling in your data. After you've done that, you check to ensure that all your data are consistent. Like the example, we have here, New York for New York. If the first 10 cells is the location is NY, the second 10 cells, the location is New York. So you must pick to format all those cells in either New York or NY. So you must pick one. So each location cannot be, New York cannot be NY and New York at the same time. So you must pick one. Either you go for NY or you go for New York. The next one is missing values. If you are working with a sales data set and you discover that a particular cell there's no value in that cell, there's no data in that cell, so you can fill it up with zero. You can fill it up with zero or unspecified. So this unspecified goes for column that contains text. Column that contains text, you can put it with unspecified. Column that contain numbers like quantity, total sales, and so on, you can put it as 0. So the next one here we have standardizing the data. So you must ensure all your data are standardized. They're all into standard. You don't have long dates and short dates and so on and so forth. So in our next class, I'm going to explain all this. I'm going to explain all this. So you need to standardize your data. So the next we have here, data type conversions. You need to look at the data set and find out, okay, is this data set a data set or a text? But this how your data set comes. Your data set might appear like text or might appear like numbers. You need to convert that to the right data format. So the next one here is text data cleaning. So you need to remove extra spaces, special characters from your data set. Like I explained earlier, redundant information, removing unwanted column from your data set. So with all these techniques, before you are done with all these things, it will take like 2 to 3 hours for you to clean up your data set. And again, it depends on how large, on how dirty your data set is. All right. Any question on that? Any question on that?
No. No question.
So since there is no question, we are going to end the class. And your assignment is for you to just, what I just did, do exactly what I did and submit it to the Google Classroom. So meet again on Friday. Have a great night rest, everybody.
And you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much.
you.
Bye.